Hello and welcome to day 11 of the 30 days of stories, connection, and conversation as we're counting down towards the Rhythm of Our Hearts on June 27th, 2026, hosted by the Holistic Healing Alliance. I can't believe it's 11 days. So much is happening behind the scenes. We're really, really excited, and I hope that you are too. And all right. And of course, I heard a dink, and hopefully, let's see, if we can bring Rachel on, that would be awesome. And I don't think we're going to be able to get her on, but we may. And I'm doing the highlight. Oh, I can only use highlight 3 times in a week. They're limiting me. uh, so, question. When was the last time you said yes to yourself? We've talked about that before, where we're saying yes to ourselves, and which means saying no to somebody else sometimes. And when we're saying yes to ourselves, it's not the helper yes or the caregiver yes. It's not yes to your family. It's not yes to your work. It's not yes to your responsibilities. Most of the time when we have responsibilities, we don't have an option but to say yes. When was the last time you said yes to something your heart wanted? I ask you to pause and let that sink in for a minute. Do you know what your heart wants? I had a conversation earlier today, or I was part of a conversation where a gal was contemplating what joy was. It took her a minute to try to contemplate what joy feels like. And that's a question for you too. So we have a couple of friends at the eyeball. So if you're here, please say, or put in the chat hashtag live. And if you're catching this on replay, hashtag replay. I can't look at LinkedIn or YouTube. So if you're there, I'm sorry, I can't answer you. Do you know what joy is? What brings you joy? If you know what brings you joy, drop it into the comments. I know I experienced joy with the birth of my children, but it doesn't have to be a big event like that. We should be able to experience joy almost daily in our lives, if not daily. We find that, hey, Aura, welcome. We become experts at saying yes to everyone else. We say yes to obligations. We say yes to expectations. Sometimes they're unrealistic and we still say yes. And who does it cost? Us. It's not selfishness to say yes to us. We say yes to responsibilities. And the big one, we say yes to requests from others because we don't know how to say, I'm choosing me first. And somewhere along the journey, we stop asking ourselves what we need. We just automatically put ourselves on the back burner. It's second nature, and it is embedded so deeply, we don't know that it's there. We think it's our choice. I was discussing earlier today also within Mingle, which is a really powerful organization to belong to, but it's looking at what is my just statement for my personal life. And to be able to dive into that, I had to figure out and move away the guilt, is that I get to think about myself. And my just statement is I just want to explore the wonders of the world without, or excuse me, with freedom. So not worrying about money, not worrying about obligations, because it's all been taken care of. That's just what I want. What do you want for your personal life? How do you say yes to you? And remembering saying yes to ourselves isn't selfish, it's self respect. And you know what? The only person that's going to give it to you is you. No one else is going to prioritize you like you should be prioritizing you. Every life changes with one small yes. A yes to trying something new, a yes to meeting new people, yes to learning something different, yes to taking care of yourself. I'm an elder. Saying yes to going to bed at a reasonable time is a thing. It's basic self care, the basics of my physical body. I'm past the age of running on empty. I did that when I was raising kids. Full time job, full time student, full time mom. Ex husband was gone all the time for his work. He was active duty Air Force. That was what was expected. Everything else I did, I thought it was expected of me to improve myself through education, to continue working a full time job because you can't live on one income and raise children. And you sure as heck now can't live on one income, right? And supporting the kids in their activities. Soccer mom, Girl Scout leader. All these things, I think volunteer was my part of my middle name. But none of those were yes to me. Making that meaningful decision by saying yes to you is stepping outside your comfort zone. And that is irritating. It's scary. You step outside of it, you don't like it, you can step back in, but you don't run back in. Knowing that the future rarely changes all at once. It's going to change with one small yes, and that yes goes to you. And now, as you're reflecting on this, have opportunities been presented to you where you get to say yes, where you're being invited into more joy, more connection, more rest, more authenticity, more community with like-minded people who are non-judgmental? That's huge. The question isn't, are you ready? The question is, are you willing? If we relied on being ready, we would never be ready. Are you willing to have that new adventure? It doesn't matter, unless it's life-threatening, of course, it doesn't matter how it turns out. You get to pull out the highlights, the wins. And if it didn't go as you wanted it to, you get a second choice. You get a second iteration to try again. In my world, there are no failures. There's just new iterations. A failure means you stop. And I've stopped so many times in my life, and I've been here for a hot minute. There's no more stopping. There's no more hiding your light. The other part is, if you're waiting to have it all figured out before you say yes, you're never going to say yes, because we never have it figured out. That is what life is about, is exploration and it's adventure. If you're waiting to feel confident or certain or prepared, you're wasting your time. Confidence doesn't appear until you have had experience, not before it. You don't need all the answers. If you trust in the process, if you trust that you know what's best for you, if you trust that you're there for the adventure, you're going to have one. You're going to expand. You're going to find parts of your personality that you didn't know exist. All you need is the courage to say yes and to do the next step. So our offer in this hour is the Holistic Healing Alliance, is to say yes to the event, The Rhythm of Our Hearts, which is on June 27th. It's a Saturday. It's a full day event. The link is in the description. When you say yes to you in this experience, you're stepping into a safe place that is going to expand your mind, and you get to spend the entire day discovering you by people who are facilitating this, who have had experience in the area that they're sharing. It's lived experience, it's knowledge, and the knowledge is everywhere. Not everybody speaks about it, though. So these brave people are sharing their story to help you expand to what your comfort level is. If you say no, thank you, it's no, thank you. If you say, I want to dip my toe in, we're going to hold safe space for you to do that the entire day. There are 6 sessions that you get to experience if you say yes to this. And the flip side is, if you're not ready to say yes at this time, it's okay, because we're going to do this again every year. This big immersive, this big experiential. And in between then, we're going to have different experiences that you get to experience as well. Too many experiences. We're going to have laughter. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a little bit of a sound bath. We're going to have a little bit of Reiki. We're going to have a little bit of breath work. We're going to have a little bit of Tai Chi. We're going to have a little bit of reflection. We're going to work on ourselves inside with reflection and contemplation, and outside with movement and a silhouette. Now, the tickets will stop being sold on Tuesday, next Tuesday. And we have, I believe, 6 early bird tickets left. We're at, I think, 26 bodies within the building, and we can hold 40. We hope that you choose to be one of those bodies to have this experience. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Blessings and have a good evening. I will be back again tomorrow for day 10. Oh my gosh, day 10 of the 30-day countdown. I'll be here at 2:30 PST. I hope to see you then. Take care.